statement of the problem. There are a lot of universities and higher education institutes around the world that thousands of people at different levels BSc, MSc, PhD graduate from them annually. Some of these people to continue their education and higher degrees apply from different universities or research centers, and a large number of them try to employ. Obviously these people to introduce their scientific abilities and their skills would need to prepare a resume, and depending on their abilities and skills in preparing it, trying to pepare a resume completely, and they try to mention all the details to deliver to the university for acceptance or where they intend to employ in it. Because what a graduate get from the university or higher education institute after completing the course is only a sheet of graduation and sheet of transcripts, while the university and faculty, articles, scientific activities, acquired skills according to the field of study and expertise are used will be effective and beneficial to diagnose people with better academic science, and they take into consideration by employers and universities that intend to accept. Therefore, the people need to have a perfect resume, but brief and, of course, compliance with the appropriate framework. In these situations, people either alone or in consultation with various institutions provide resumes that observe a lot. These resumes contain errors or exaggeration a lot, and they are not appropriate, especially the university or employer has limited with respect to the number of demands, and they do not have time to deal with great detail. And considering that the resume will be an important part to decide about acceptance, then we need a perfect but brief resume, authoritative, reliable and official. Suggested solution, Satda, the system to determine the level of university, college, department, professors and scientific activities. Satda system to determine the level of university, college or department, professors and scientific activities of students. Educational information and full scientific resume, pithy, formal and authentic for every person during their studies or after graduation under the supervision of authority authorized in the exporting country and the international community, such as the Ministry of Science, Research and Technology and the Ministry of Health and Medical Education of Iran issued. This system and scientific resume includes following parts. 1. The scientific level of persons when entering to the educational grade in the first part of the paper, or it is better to say Satda resume in addition to personal information, his scientific level when entering into the university or higher education institute and how to determine it becomes clear. For example, in some countries, such as Iran, entrance examination held to enter individuals to a university that its scientific level score and the type of entry, i.e. the entrance examination inserted. 2. The level and scientific level of the university in the next step, the university of graduates or students, scientifically, at various levels and in the entire period of a person's education determine level. The emphasis is to determine the scientific level because, as you know, in some rankings, it considers factors other than scientific activities and presented papers or ineffective factors on the scientific level that these rankings can't be a suitable reference for this system. This is emphasized by considering the system's main purpose, i.e. full introduction, accurate, concise and authoritative individual's scientific level. Satda is not a separate ranking system for universities and scientific activities, and in which we can take action based on the results of the current activity of institutions in the world that are associated with the system's content and its purpose. Of course, it can be a non-profit system, and it is created by the supreme authority of higher education in each country under the international reference in order to present Satda certificate for every student along with graduate degrees. 3. The level and scientific level of the college. This part is as same as mentioned in paragraph 2, was this difference, that at this step, the college or education departments are also determined their scientific level and they are evaluated. Field of study, agricultural engineering, water tendency, faculty of agriculture, or educational group water and soil determine their level. 4. Determine the scientific level of scientific activities. In this part, the individual scientific activities such as the number and titles of research projects and individuals' articles, national/international, according to the expert's opinion of educational and research activities in detail, but briefly expressed, and their scientific level are determined and scored. For example, there are the published papers in scientific group, in addition to general information of papers, including the impact factor if magazine or in discretion of educational and research experts and etc. as well. 5. Mentioning the skills and determination of the level to be informed of individuals' skills, all his skills with international or national standards and educational courses and workshops that person participated, according to his field of study or his interests, are mentioned, as well as articles and scientific activities, and, if possible, determined its placement. It is also effective to mention these cases to persuade students to do scientific activities and gaining side skills and complementary according to field of study. 6. Honors and science awards. In scientific associations, individuals may receive awards associated with scientific activities at the national or international level during their education. These cases also express with respect to their importance. In other words, scientific awards at national and international level are indexing and mentioned later. Membership in scientific community, that they are in national or international levels, are also mentioned. 7. Determine scientific level of Masters in Education. In the next part, Masters in Education's level are determined scientifically or according to their information, such as their main expertise, the last educational certificate and university rank. In this section we can only refer to special courses that are more practical. As you can see, this part is like the report card or transcript paper, with this difference, that it also includes other useful information. Scientific level of Masters in Education are determined by the supreme authority of every country higher education. The results and objectives of creating Satda. 1. Better, faster and reliable recognizing the individual scientific degree when applying for acceptance in universities and national and international research institutes. 2. Better and faster recognizing the individual scientific degree when applying for jobs in public and private institutions. 3. Contribute to the equivalent of a degree in case of making such a system in the world. 4. Answering to good universities and their effort and their graduates' effort. 5. Increasing the students' persuasion to scientific and research activities and the acquisition of practical skills. 6. Creating incentive for universities and higher education institutes to provide better performance and training competent students, because this system expresses the scientific level of universities and also a permanent evaluation of higher education systems of countries. What is distinctively seen in this system and its issued certificate is the record of scientific background and academic information about students in brief and yet complete and comprehensive, and also it is authoritative and official. Satda has the ability to expand and verification, since the system is under the supervision of scientific collection, at any moment and whenever it is useful to mention issues to achieve the objectives of the system, and it is needed to develop or review and revise, and the experts in education and research, the important people to create system completely and accurately, and realization of goals approved it. The changes in the system are applied. How and when does this system profit? How much? According to the mentioned matters and the results obtained from the creation of this system, as soon as the creation and issuance of the first Satda certificate, its profitability, i.e. the realization of its goals, begin, and in summary we can say that according to the amount of people who have Satda certificate, profit generated. If it is implemented in a country, it reaches significant portion of their goals, and if it is implemented in all countries, its total goals will be realized.